A big misconception that people have on Chalet is that there's only like 2 or 3 bomb sites that are really good, but I want to show you guys that if you want to win more Chalet defenses, all 4 of these bomb sites are like your best friends. So I'm going to show you guys how to maximize and win these bombs like a pro. So if you're new to my channel, be sure to like and subscribe. The very first bomb site you should go almost every single time would be Master. The only downside of Master is there's a lot of windows, so you need to understand there's a lot of windows. But let's just say I'm going to give you guys all the operators I think you should bring on this bomb site. So what I recommend you run is 1 projectile denial, Omai or Jaeger. So we have 1. The second one would be a trap operator, more of like engine denial. You want to make your bomb site a little bit harder to walk through the piano and maybe solar stairs. So let's take an Aruni or a Malusi or a Thorn. 2. Even Frost. You can do Frost, anyone with a trap basically. Number 3, I would get someone that you can frag out with. Alibi, Mozzie, Valkyrie, fuck it, Capkin, Dog. Like you can bring anyone. Is anyone that can roam just a little bit. The last one would be wall denial, like Cade or a Mute. I wouldn't say Bandit. I think Bandit and Mute are very bad for wall denial here just because you can go below easily and get it. We're also just going to bring a shotgun per like a rotate, smoke or Mute. So those are the operators. If you don't know who to run, just whoever I just said, you have plenty of options to choose from. So I'm just going to show you guys all of the reinforcements, all kind of stuff like that. So let's just go through all the reinforcements first. And master wall or office wall, self-explanatory. Always get these walls. I think a confusion is piano. Now, if you are getting this wall open, it's okay to do holes like this and then reinforce this side. Some people like that. But otherwise, you want to reinforce here so they can't really like shoot the kid off the wall or anything like that. Otherwise, it would just be full holes right here. That way you can see it from piano. The other reinforcements would be over here. You don't really need that many reinforcements on this bomb set. I'm only going to reinforce this 1 solar wall. I think you should also make just full holes right here. That way you don't completely shut off solar, but you can defend it from closet like this and you can see the walk up. Let's make a closet rotate so you don't have to always go to the windows. You want to be careful with big window though. These bathroom walls are for all personal preference. You don't really need to reinforce any of these or make holes. It's up to you if you want to. It's just a little creative. Shoot glass on the windows, by the way. I would recommend prepping these windows in case you want to run out. You can also just hit the... You can always just hit it like on the little... Hop out if anyone's on the piano window. Like I said, the shield opera go right here. Your wall denial person would obviously close off this one and solar if needed. If they're not coming solar side, then rotate your K-claws if you have anything. You know, put Aruni gates, Malusis right here, just traps anywhere that you can go from here. And the last few reinforcements would go library side. I see a lot of teams don't do this. It's not necessary as getting the office walls, but if you really want to toughen up your setup, you can delay them by having them not come library side. All you need is 3 reinforcements, man. 3 reinforcements. This will allow you to hold library side a lot easier. Maybe you have it. You don't always have a shotgun to shoot their guns. Some head holes you can see through. Round starter, right? Everything's pretty much set up. Yeah, obviously the rotate here. I didn't mean to open up the hatch, but all right. Everything's set up. Jaeger device is up. Aruni gates up. All that kind of stuff up. Now, the person that I said, the roam person, the alibi, the Aruni, whatever, or the Mozzie, you know, Legion, whoever it is, I would hold library for the first maybe minute of the round. But if you're getting pressured and they are coming library side over, just collect like maybe three drones, and then you want to slowly start giving it up. It's kind of experiments, you know, like when to give up library. Well, the whole point of holding library is not necessarily to trade bodies, but mostly try to delay their setup and collect as much utility burn as you can. Force them to throw grenades at you, flashbangs. You want someone in sight to watch your default cams. These are very, very important. Someone could walk in lobby at you, and someone could walk up your blue stairs. So these 2 cameras are all you need. Check them yourself. Like, okay, I'm here by myself. I'm solo queuing. Checking it. I'm clear. I don't have to worry about my teammates. Collect drones, come back, boom. 1:45, and they're just getting to the building. You see how much time you just chipped off right there? But really, it's really self-explanatory. Like, I think there's more to play this game. Always be careful of K9, use your smoke grenades, denies, all this kind of stuff. So That's kind of how you really defend Master. Now, they're doing a solo side over, which is very rare in ranked. Obviously, this is why you have the Master holes. You can rotate some utility if you want. Be careful of this bathroom window. Try to contest here a little bit. Don't get naded from below, but you don't want to give them solo for free. You want to kind of make them work for it. Like I said, collect drones. Don't you give up the map control, then, you know, play the closet holes, and self-explanatory from there. But that's kind of like both ways. So that's kind of the general setup. So if anybody in chat has any questions, what if they do this take? How do you defend this bot better? Let me know. What about bathroom? Like I said, bathroom, you don't really need to set up any holes. I recommend, like, if anything, if extra reinforcements, just reinforce off maybe these walls. If you have any pieces like a mirror or wall denial, then you want to reinforce these two so they can't shoot you from bathroom window if you have the mirror. How about trophy side? The roamers that would be over by library side, they would be defending down here. So they would instead, they would be doing a west main hold. They could barricade this door if they wanted to. Alibi or Mozzie would make some holes right here. This way, they can't hop through a trophy window. So you're basically down here. You're holding the hop in. They hop in there, a free kill. You have the default cams. You know, if they get shot, you know what's coming up. Most likely one's going to come up west main. So you know, want to watch west main a little bit. But like I said, it's the same principle. You don't want to die down here, but you want to make sure that you don't give them the map control without any contestation. But if they start pushing you heavy, understand that you have to play your life down here if you need to, but otherwise try to get out safely. If you're playing piano and people are dying off site, either you would try to look for a fight on the piano double, you got to swing aggressively, or swing breach, or maybe just hold a passive angle until they like start exposing this, so they can just swing off the breach. But just force them to execute a little bit more. It really depends on the man count in the situation. But piano, most likely, yeah, you're just gonna have to find a kill on the piano window, maybe hop out the piano window, something like that. Let's move down to the second. After you won Master, let's say you lost Master, even if you do. I think basement is a good site if Maverick is not on the board. If Cade is banned, then it's a little bit riskier going down here. But if Maverick is banned, I think Maverick and Thatcher are banned. I think Wine is a very, very good bomb site. The reason I say that is because this map, this bomb site is very attacker sided, and it's all about opening walls. If you open up a wall, you can see the entire site. Even if Maverick is, don't be scared to go down here, but you just got to make sure you guys play it correctly. You don't want them to get the wall open for too long and set up. If Cade is on the board, you always want to bring in Cade. 100%. He's like the must pick if he's on the board, if you want to go basement. What you really need, you need a shield operator. You don't really need rotates too much. There's only like one rotate hole that you need to make on this bomb site, so you can literally just like use an impact grenade. So you don't really need a shotgun player too much, but it's good. So pick someone with a shield. Pick a wall area denial or projectile counter, Omai or Jaeger. Bring wall denial, and then the last two can be roamers. The last two can be traps and roamers, preferably maybe an Aruni or a Malusi. And speaking of that, I think you need to have at least pieces of barbed wire or Malusi, because people like to crouch down blue and main, and it can really lose you rounds. So, who's a good operator to demonstrate? Let's go mute. I think mute is good to demonstrate. All right. So, obviously, reinforcements would be on the main wall here. If you want to get a bit more advanced, you can K trick, you can bandit trick if you want to. It's up to you. This is a bit more popular, but instead of reinforcing this wall, you would actually open it up like this. That way, you have a little bit more safer ways to swing the breach. And obviously, I rotate on the side right here. All right. And then obviously get these back walls. If you're a rummer, I would recommend, if you don't have a large setup time, go get the hatches. I think a lot of people, there's always like one hatch that just gets missing for some reason. But let your teammates get the easy reinforcement on the site. If they have brains, they'll do it. So go get the hatches if you're like Alibi or Omai or fucking someone that doesn't have any setup. Wall denial and all these ones as well. If you're Cade and you're the only wall denial, your main priority should be closing off long wall and main breach. But you want to pay attention if they're not getting main breach open in the first minute 30 of the round. Rotate this K-Claw and slap it right here. And then yeah. Shield spots would be like right here, or maybe on top of this table right here. And then you would put or maybe like right here, you put ADS down, whatever you want. Rooney gates, Jaeger devices, barbed wire, Malusi charge. You want your barbed wire and Melusi to be halfway bottom main, and the other one, it could be right here, but the thing is, if they already get down to this barbed wire, then they're already like pretty exposed. They can hold this ankle, this cut off here. So if you really are worried, put it halfway down so you actually know. Obviously, let's just pretend I got both the hatches. Wine is a very basement or basic bomb site. It's very self-explanatory. I think the only way you lose this bomb site is if you get too many early deaths on the breach, swinging this door, or if they get this wall open, you're simply not contesting them enough. You don't really need to kill them on the breach. Like, at the end of the day, they hit the plant. So if that wall gets opened up, just hold across on this door, the breach like this, make them come to you. But if you give them too many early picks on the bridge, that's how you lose. If you're gonna roam, I would recommend that you make sure no one comes into lobby, or hold on the dining a little bit as much as you can. But obviously, like we talked about, try to play for time and utility. But you don't really need to roam too much on this bomb side. I think you only need like 1 to 2 roamers in the first minute of the round, and then they can come back to site. But yeah, it just really depends on you winning your gunfights down here, staying alive, make sure they don't clear your shield too easily, stuff like that. So pretty self-explanatory, I would say. All right, now we get to the interesting bomb sites. These are definitely the ones you want to go a little bit over. Like the thing is, like, almost every bomb site is good to play on this map, which makes Chalet a pretty good map. But I think Bar is probably my favorite bomb site to defend on this map. Why head host on the one wall, snowmobile wall? That way you can contest breach a little bit better. You're able, that way you don't have to swing off a rotate or expose the blue, stuff like that. Let's move on to Bar and games. So the general way of defending Bar and games is it's like coastline. You want to think of it a little bit more like coastline in a bit. Map control, especially on second floor, you always want to defend second floor on Bar. If you don't defend second floor, you lose the game. You lose the round. Operators you would bring, you're going to need at least 1 to 2 shields minimum. I would recommend smoke, thorn, whoever you want. Who has shield? Second one, projectile denial, Wamai or Jaeger. Third, you really don't need wall denial. It's optional, but you don't really need it. If anything, I would spend the last 2 operators as traps. Melusi or Thorn. 100% Melusi or Thorn. There's a lot of basement steps you can go up, a lot of hallways you can crouch up, so it's really helpful. Otherwise, bring as much barbed wire as you can possible. Let's just go through smoke. He's gonna show here. But Bar is very easy if you know how to play it. If you don't really, like, people don't really know how to attack Bar in ranks, but it's very simple. So let's just start with head holes across the whole bar. Generally, you don't really need to do it this much, but as long as you have some form of line of sight between the holes, that's all that matters. Let's go and reinforce. Don't reinforce double. You always want to make head holes on the side. Let's do like this. Exactly how I did it. Like this. All right. Shoot that. Reinforce this so they can't see you from dining. Make some footholds right here so you can see if anybody walks through the hallway. Let's see. That's basically it. We're down here. Let's go ahead and move up to upstairs. I think there's more setup upstairs than there is in the bottom, to be fair. Next, you want to reinforce these office walls up here. That way they can't really get a line of sight to your blue steps. You want to funnel them to the hallway. These reinforcements are very similar to the master ones like we demonstrated earlier. But you get these. And the reason I don't fully reinforce all library is because of the head holes and it's just the positioning. The general positioning of where you want to be. This is a very important one because you don't want to get wallbang from this window. That way you can play a box a little bit safer. Alright, last 2 reinforcements. Where would the last 2 be? I think we got everything. I think the last 2 reinforcements can either go on top mez or these dining walls, but it's really a personal preference. So, first of all, the weak points of this bomb site, which tend to lose people a lot of games, is 1, a mud hop-in, 2, bottom basement, 3, dining hall, 4, main lobby walk-in, 5, basement down here. Those are generally the weak points. Everything else is pretty much fine. So that's where you want to put your thorn trap, barbed wire, beepers, a bulletproof gadget if you want, barbed wire, Melusi charge right here, bottom blue, like very self-explanatory. You want your... Probably your smoke would probably stay in stock, or like bar area. You only want like 1 to 2 people down here. 2 people minimum, I'd say. Maybe 1 playing bottom blue. But your shield would go right here, or it would go right here. Careful not to place them too far too behind for the ADS placements. But you just put like 1 Jaeger ADS here. This shield is mostly in case they walk through piano, then you're good, or like they walk through canine. Otherwise, yeah, this shield should not allow anybody to cross this area without having a gunfight. Oh yeah, oh wait, reinforce the bar hatch, I forgot. Bar hatch always want to get reinforced. And then, yep, you want to open up this wall hatch right there. Obviously for pressure, no one's gonna hop through here. But the whole point of holding library is that way, if they get below control, you have second floor control. But this is what most high ranks and are going to go for. If you want to, you can use smokes aggressively up here. If they're burning for your shield, put a lot of ADS or mines, whatever, around here. Is it safe to play in the library closet with the head hose looking towards K9? Yes, because you have the reinforcement right here. And you have that reinforcement, so it's very hard. But one thing that gets people killed a lot is attackers love this window. This window is dangerous only if you expose yourself to it. So, yeah, you can just play the hose right here. Play for the drones. But backup, you don't want to get grenaded. Yeah, it's an aggressive spot. So, yeah, that's really the only way you lose this bomb site is if you let them have library control, or if they get all of second floor control, or maybe they hit sites of very like man disadvantage left and right. But yeah, this is a little bit easier. Like I said, it's like coastline. It's a very TDM style of a map. So even if you are in a 3v5, you can always bring back man advantage. So that's basically my way of playing Bara. I love this bomb site just because it's very close up and stuff like that. So, all right, dining. Now, I think dining is a interesting one. It's still a fun one too. Dining and kitchen is similar to bar, a little bit bigger though. The only thing different about here is the dining wall can get opened up. You want to leave. It's like master but reverted, kind of, to be honest. You want to bring wall denial. 100% you want to bring. You should, or else you're doomed. This is still pretty like TDM blue style kind of bomb site, so you can get away with, you know, not bringing a Jaeger or a Maya. You can bring like a freaking Capkin, anyone you can frag out with, basically. You 100% want to bring a smoke or a mute. Sight setup is pretty important here, lines of sight. So yep, shotgun player here. Second one, probably a trap operator, Melusi, Thorn, barbed wire, something like that, LL Legion. Third one, probably a fragger, alibi, Capkin, bring Doc if you want to, I don't care. Warden, I don't care. I think fill in the last with this fraggers. Like, really, all you really need to do is just make sure you have a good setup and wall denial. Otherwise, you're good. Is it a must to hold solar? I'll get into that in a second when I get over there. Let's just go mute because I can set up a lot of stuff. I can demonstrate a lot. All right. So we want to reinforce, obviously, here. Now, like I said, if you have no setup, please go reinforce up top. You want to reinforce up top. If you don't reinforce up top, you can still win the round. I think it gets just a little more solidified to hold up top. I don't think lower ranks really attack third floor, though. They always... I'm gonna be honest, this bomb set just never gets played, so it's really hard. I don't really remember how low ranks play it. So, jam here. Lines of sight in kitchen. The rotate right here. Alright, want to reinforce this middle wall right here. That way you can play trophy without getting wall banged. Head hose again. Is it a rotate? I don't think it's not a rotate. Head hose right here on west main. It's a little sloppy, don't mind me, but I want to be honest, I've forgot. I think some people like reinforcing the trophy wall. I'm not 100% sure, but let's just say people do. But we're gonna reinforce like this. I think some people do. But you just want like either a rotate or, well, I think it's just head holes. Yeah, people just normally want head holes right here. Rotate, you know, attackers can use rotate too, so just be careful with that. And then west main holes. These are a little bit much, but it's more of like, this is more for a comp setup. I think in rank you don't really need to do all of this, but this is like, if you, it's your option if you want to. You want, in case they're on solar repel, you want to reinforce off this. Now we have 3 reinforcements left. You want to make a rotate here. Reinforcing hatch. Close. I think it's personal preference if you want the hatch open or closed. I think you should close it. Let's just close it off for now though, in case attackers get control of it. Because if defenders wanted to fall off, they can do something else. But you want to reinforce these last 2 of those walls up here. Now, like I said, all of these holes and reinforcements are not necessary because it's a very loose bomb site. However, this will solidify your loose bomb site, loose playness a little bit better. We're using the skeleton of the master defense. So, dining, honestly, if you're roaming, it's kind of a whole map kind of thing. When you're roaming, you would, like, you know, start over by library, by bar side, and then you would slowly come back over here. It's kind of like hot and cold. So it's colder over here, give it up a little bit more, a little bit warmer here, and then it's very hot over here for defending here. If you want, you can make west main holes. All right, so now that we know the setup, right, roamers, your job is to make sure they don't really get a lot of map control outside of the bomb site. You want to collect their drones, maybe get a kill or 2. But on site is your objective on site is to make sure they don't rush as best as you can. If they do rush and they kill you, that's kind of on your whole team. But careful of dining door, west main window, trophy window, and breach. That's all you really need to worry about. Now, answer your question, is it a must hold solar? Yes, almost. It really depends, like, because no team really does, like, mainly only a solar take, but if they do come solo side, then you want to contest as much as you can. Otherwise, it doesn't really matter too much because you have trophy control and you have master control. It doesn't really matter too much. You're gonna have to take a gunfight with them either way. But yeah, it's very TDM style. Like, if you're roaming and people are dying on site, just come back, flank anyone in the main lobby, flank someone on solar. It's very, you'll find gunfights eventually if you just run around, you'll find someone. So that's basically how it is. If they get the wall open, not big of a deal. Just hide behind this half wall, you know, work with your teammates. Very self-explanatory. So that's basically how you hold dining. But everything you see, how I defended on Chalet is how it's played in FPL. Maybe they might have some different variations, but general, like, at least 80 to 90%, this is how you would set up in an FPL lobby. If you don't know what FPL is, it's basically a face of Pro League where it's custom pro lobbies. Very, very default stuff, but it helps have players in structure. Hatch and dining. You don't have to do it, but, like, you can open it up if you want to. You can throw C4s from below. Very unlikely you'll probably get a kill though. But otherwise, I mean, if you're playing really aggressive here, you need to fall out, just drop, and then you can go flank up main stairs, go flank up blue, disrupt them a bit. What's the weakest part of this defense? The weakest part of this defense is this whole area, dining side. If attackers win their gunfight here, they could walk in and get the whole bomb site. Another weak spot is probably a little bit of west main, but not too much pressure. It's more of the map control that you allow the attackers to have to set up. So you're gonna have to recognize if the attackers are doing a minimal take, which would just be dining, bar side, maybe barely touch office, and they would go for a plan here where everyone covers are here, right? So otherwise, in ranked, I think people are all just gonna, like, freaking... It's very rare that they're gonna come third floor and contest you guys, but that's why you want to keep control up here. So, I mean, the weakest part, like I said, is a very loose bomb site. So if you lose bodies, it becomes weak. If you have a lot of bodies, you can go for trades, that's a little bit better. But you just got to make sure that, I think the weakest part is not having refrags on this bomb site. You can't have the attackers be comfortable on breach with their 2x scopes, fucking munching on pudding and getting the bomb down here. But like I said, bro, this bomb site is barely played in this match. People aren't smart enough. Okay. Generally, people were not smart enough to take this bomb site. To plant the bomb. Most likely, everyone's just gonna die. Like, if you want to, bro, go with your stack. Try out playing dining in ranked. I generally, like, don't know how people attack in ranked. But my general rule is that they don't know too much how to like consistently take it. Can I do a quick ranking of the bomb site? Sure. It's very hard because every bomb site is good. I think dining is the last one you should go though. So it's very dependent on the operator bans, but I think very first you should always go master or basement. Number one priority, master or basement first. Because if you think about it, if you want to, at the end of the day, you're playing 3 different bomb sites. So it's not like, you know, first priority, master and basement. Second priority, let's say second priority, if you lost the previous bomb site, don't go there and pick either master, or if it's master or wine, pick one of those, the opposite of where you didn't go, and go bar. Bar is your second choice. Third one, probably just don't go to your weakest bomb site. Go to every other bomb site but your weakest one of your team. And then fourth, go dining. So it's really the order of what you go first, what you win, what you lose. If you got absolutely steamrolled on master and basement, just go bar. Just do that. Bar is kind of where good teams go to die. I think basement's the only bomb site that you don't have to control another floor of map control. Basement, you can basically just like huddle in sight and, you know, wait for them to come in. But dining, bar, and master, you have to control some sort of other room. Extend out a little bit, or else you give them too much map control. How do you fend at the top with mute? Top of the master? Okay. I mean, most of the time mute will be playing site because you have C4. And your kit is more better for shotgun and SMG. But let's say if you're playing up top, right? You would just try to like hold master or piano a little bit right here. It's basically the same thing. Attackers, the only reason an attack coming up here is either clear you or make vertical above the bomb site. It's similar to master, right? They want to play the bomb right here. They want to get vertical right here. Play it just like how you would master. Be careful of make a rotate here. Careful of big window. Careful, you know, same principles, except the bomb site's just not there. You know what I mean? But if they're not coming up top, bro, make holes above the bomb. Boom. Denying plant. Boom, boom, boom. You just want to make sure your lobby cam is up. If it's not, then, you know, play sound. But mute jammers, if you want to play aggressive mute jammers, literally just put them aggressively for drones. Don't worry too much about wall denial. If you want to, you could put it there. Put it K9 over here. But yeah, use your mute jammers aggressively. If you want to. Don't worry too much about it. You never know. When playing bar is castle a good pick? Well, it depends on the team strat. I think in comp it's a little bit different story, but in ranked, I mean, you can kind of get away from it, but I mean, sure. I mean, if you castle these windows, I just don't think there'll be much pressure. I think people eventually would just blow them up or breach charge them from outside. Otherwise, I think castle is a decent pick. The thing is, you're left with an ump, whereas you could go Malusi, or you can go Cat or Thorn. You can know if they encounter a barricade and you have a better gun. Ace or Thermite for Master Wall. Okay, now we're going into attacking, guys. But maybe I'll make an attacking video later. But if you are attacking Master, I think they're both fine. They're both okay. Oh, yeah. Mira, if you were to have Mira, her Mira would be right here. You do this. The second one will probably go up top. And the castle, yeah, castle's good for dining. I think he's good for dining. He's good for casting up top and trophy window, maybe even trophy door, west main window. This one right here too. Alright guys, that's all for my Chalet Ultimate Guide. Be sure to share this with a friend, save this, and try this in your next rank game. If you ever feel stuck on Chalet, come back to this video. But leave a like if this did help you. And thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next map. Also, comment down below what map you guys want me to do next.